Space Living with CTM takes us on a tour of 8 different spaces with 8 talented designers. We take a look at some of the beautiful interiors they've designed and how they go about putting their creative touch to small spaces. When it comes to enjoying your home to its fullest, a lounge or living room plays a crucial part. Get it right and you'll find yourself spending more time there with friends and family. Schalkwyk of Form Interior knows the value of creating a space that exudes a sense of being.
It must be a place where you love entertaining, where you love spending your time. There must be a sense of comfort, it must be homely. It must be a space that you want to actually live in, hence the word living room. The first thing I think of is the person living there. What do they want? How do they like to spend their time? How many cats and dogs do they have? Are there pets allowed on the furniture? It's just, who are these people living in this home? Because that is the most important thing in any interior design. The brief for this space was that it was a renovation of a very old Johannesburg home, which they wanted to put a modern twist onto. So we decided to merge the old and the new, bring in very nostalgic interiors along with very modern interiors to make it look new, but with a touch of history and a touch of comfort. So the walls and the floors in the space were determined in the architectural process, but the architect was very clever by choosing a beautiful, neutral, non-slip tile. The walls are a neutral, very light grey with a little bit of a green beige undertone. It makes it warmer. Obviously our interior followed suit, so it was very easy to work with. It makes for a timeless, classic design. The dining room and the living room is actually split by the fireplace, but how do we make it one? So we used things like a lot of texture. So we used metal, leather, felt, beautiful linens to create a one open space that looks like it's one room. The other thing is color, the use of color. We didn't bring in a lot of color. It's very neutral. It brings in a lot of sophistication when you don't use a lot of color. In the lounge, we've got a couch and then 2 sets of chairs. So our chairs must be contradicting each other, but still be in the same family. We've got a metal leather chair and then a wicker chair. That brought in that concept of old and new coming together in beautiful synergy. When you have to select furniture, firstly keep yourself in mind. What do you use it for? What are your needs? And then the second thing is to create a meaningful space. Instead of buying something that you can afford now, why don't you invest yearly into pieces that you can build on? So build on your dining room set, build on your living room set, invest in South African design. Buy things that you will love for a long time to come, because any kind of furniture piece will be with you for at least 10 to 20 years. Make it worth it for yourself.
Focusing on her design principles, Erica conceptualized and executed a representation of a living room on a small scale. With inspiration drawn from minimalist Scandinavian design, her pared-back look represents a space that speaks to her personal tastes.
When CTM gave us this brief, it was a wonderful blank canvas. It was easy as a designer to do something where it was our creative freedom and not for a client. So I incorporated things in the space that are beautiful to me and things that I enjoy having in my own home. And I wanted to show that tiles can actually be warm and comfortable and cozy. So I was looking for a wood finish tile.
Erica wanted the warmth of wood for her feature wall and opted for the vintage wood laminate. It has a warm, rustic charm which helps to create a cozy space.
We also then went with a cement-looking tile from the Futura range, which is modern, it's timeless, it is something that you will never tire of. The tiles are bigger, it is bolder, it is more opulent. It just shows so much character in the space. Then we opted for a printed tile. as an art piece. So in this space, because the brief was a lounge, we used it as art pieces. It is really the most amazing product offering. The decorative elements I added in this space actually just emphasize the warmth and comfort of the tiles. So with a wooden texture tile and as a main tile, add a lot of wicker, woven elements, linen, greenery especially, and then just go with your neutral earthy palette and the textures will come together as a very nice balanced whole with your colors. This look works in a small space due to the neutral tones, the lighter colors, the darker accents, and then a very beautiful accent wall with art pieces. This is the space where you're going to be spending most of your time, so it should be very comfortable and it should be a space that you absolutely love.
When it comes to creating the ultimate small space living room, keep in mind the following. A living room must be homely, comfortable, and a space that you actually want to spend time in. Design your space according to your lifestyle and personal needs. Neutral grey walls and floors allow you to introduce a myriad of colour schemes. Limited colours and muted tones create a sense of sophistication. Invest in furniture pieces that grow with you and that you can build on. Create flow in an open-plan living space by repeating colours and textures. This links two spaces by continuing the look and feel. Laminate and wood look tiles are a great way to bring warmth to a room. Cement look tiles are modern, timeless, and create a sense of opulence. Printed tiles are a great way to bring a personal touch to your space. Laminated flooring on walls is a great way to create a feature wall. It is always best to ask for professional help when installing.